Hi, my name is Tim Johnston and I'm the Principal Planning and Partnership Officer for the community sector. And I'd like to reflect on some of my thoughts that were inspired by the Munro Campaign. The meeting with Eileen Munro was very pertinent to the dialogue that's occurring in Queensland at the moment. It was very valuable to see the connections between what's been discussed in the United Kingdom are the same sort of issues that are being discussed in Queensland. One of the issues I would like to focus on is licensing. As it stands, it does not sufficiently look at the roles of all involved in the child protection system. Professor Munro recommended that there be a shift away from conducting inspections of individual organisations. In place of this, she recommended that an inspection system be created that focuses on the contributions made by all key services in achieving an effective child protection system. It would be great to see some joint accountability, as we're all responsible for how the child protection system functions, and the influence of the department's performance and role is hugely influential on the practice of the NGOs, and vice versa. After all, when one part of any system is not functioning properly, it has severe implications for the effective functioning of the whole system. I would like to see all of the child protection system, from family support to tertiary services, collaborating to achieve decent outcomes for kids and families. Do we have a system that does this? I would suggest we have pockets where it works, but not at a systemic level. There are moves to do this joined up work, but it needs to be resourced. Partnerships do not happen by themselves. You need someone to link, translate and cajole. We need to explore better ways to link policy with practice, regional with central, government with non-government and departments with departments. None of us stand alone in the child protection system, and silos create worse outcomes for kids and families. If the dialogue stays within the tertiary end of our system, we will only create more tertiary responses. The practices of the department and non-government are not separate but closely intertwined. How do we ensure the linkages are working? The Planning and Partnership Programme, of which I am the non-government part, seeks to ensure these linkages and connections are happening and resourcing them to happen. Regions to central decision makers, region to region, non-government to government, department to department. How do we share good practice? How do regions feed into policy, and how do we identify gaps and collaboratively come up with innovative and joined up solutions both at a local and statewide level? The Munro Review recommended a radical shift away from a central prescription of statutory guidelines, targets and rules, and recommended that this be replaced by a focus on only the essential rules that enable multiple agencies to work together effectively, and the principles that underpin good practice. That is what the Planning and Partnership Programme endeavours to do. Through our work, we not only try to capture the voices of services both from government and non-government, but we seek to hear the voices of children and young people, families and parents, foster carers, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander families and communities. These voices should be critical in helping to provide direction about what works and what doesn't, and should rightly have an influence on the decisions made that can and will impact on their lives.